Hello everyone, and welcome to another Tamagotchi Uni video. This time I'm going to be covering the two latest Tamaverse tickets that are available, which is the LoveMelo concert and the TamaMori fashion show. Now, I have gone over the ways you can purchase these in a previous video, so there are two ways of purchasing these. You can go directly from the Tamagotchi Uni website, which again I outlined in my previous video when I went over the free Tamaverse ticket, but you can also purchase these quote-unquote physical versions of the Tamaverse tickets, which are just this sort of card with the code on the back there, and you kind of peel off a bit of plastic and then the code is underneath. There's no real reason to get the again quote-unquote physical versions of these, as they are just the codes itself, which you enter where you enter all the codes under the download option on the Tamagotchi Uni. And it's the same thing whether you buy it online and it's code only, or you buy these versions. If you want something pretty, I guess I'd go for these, but again, it is cheaper if you just buy the code directly from the Tamagotchi Uni website. Now, if you wanted to buy these, they're from places like Army and Hobbylink Japan You Want. This video is not sponsored by any of them. Those are just places that sell them. I got mine from Army, but of course other places do have them as well. Again, not sponsored, just a recommendation on where to get these if you wanted the, I guess, something to sort of look at. But again, it's not necessary, and it's actually cheaper just to buy the code because you don't have to pay for shipping, basically. So I got these ones. It's the same for the non-physical versions as well as, again, physical versions, but it's just a code, and this code can be used on 3 Tamagotchi Uni devices. Of course, you can only have one downloaded at a time, but once you download it, it kind of sits in your downloads as per all the other downloadable content. So it's under this option here that says DL area, and then you select the one you want to download, and it downloads, and then you can access it from within Tamaverse. There are two ways of getting to it. You can either go directly to the DL area, or you can go there from the portal space in the Tamaverse itself if you're already in Tamaverse. And then it sort of takes you there. Again, you can only have the one downloaded at once, so any items or characters that you have that are from the Tamaverse ticket, they get deleted if you download another one. But of course you can just re-download it as many times on any of the 3 devices that you unlock that Tamaverse area in. So it's the same story as the free DLC or free Tamaverse, where you can sort of play a game, you can get special items, and it actually does say on the card itself what you get. So you get 4 meals, 4 snacks, 4 toys, 8 accessories, 2 living areas, 4 bits of furniture, and 1 minigame. So the minigame you can access from the place itself. So yeah, it's the same sort of thing as you already got from the free DLC, which I went over in my previous video. And again, I'm never ever any good at these games. Oh, it's DDR. Which I'm also probably going to be terrible at because my timing sucks. I have no sense of rhythm whatsoever. See, I am absolutely terrible at this. Oh, that was a holding one. But more or less, in terms of the content that you get from the Tamaverse tickets, it's very similar to what we saw on the Tamagotchi Smart, where you get various different characters as well as a mini game that's unique to that card, or in this case Tamaverse ticket. And yeah, I'm very bad at this, I'm sorry. And you get the items. But unlike the smart cards, you don't get a physical sort of thing. And the same complaint that I've mentioned before about the Tamagotchi Uni is that one day in, like, I don't know, many years time, maybe even less, who knows, depends how Bandai feels, there won't be a server to download the content from. And since you can only have one ticket active at any given time, it's kind of limited to whatever is available at the time. So let's say in 10 years time there are no servers, there's no way for you to download the content, you can only play with whatever you already had access to. So that's something that is annoying, something that obviously we didn't see with the Tamagotchi Smarts because there's no downloading, it's just a matter of inserting that and it gets the content from the card itself. But because this is downloading directly from a server via the internet, it's not always going to be there, which is kind of a shame because, you know, I like running these years in the future, and with things like the Tamagotchi Ps or the 4U, you can kind of still download the content after the fact. But with this, it's not going to always be around, it's not going to always be there, which again, I love the Tamagotchi Uni, but it's only good for now. I don't see it having the same longevity as the previous Tamagotchi releases. But that's just me, and yeah, I have mentioned that a few times in my videos as I guess a sort of like legacy thing, that if you're watching this in the year 2030 and the servers for the Tamagotchi Uni are down and there's no way to access the content that you have, it's unfortunately, yeah, it's just something that will happen. But at least that's why I'm kind of doing these videos, showcasing the stuff that you can get from these, so you can get some accessories. As I mentioned, there's 8 accessories, 4 snacks, 4 meals, and 4 items. Again, it's the same sort of thing that we saw previously with the Tamagotchi Smart, where you get a bunch of content per thing, but you can only have one active at a time. But at least with the Tamagotchi Uni, there is more stuff to do. Like, it doesn't just add on the stuff to the existing menus, it actually gives you an extra area to go to, which I do appreciate. Like, I do like that about the Tamagotchi Uni, that there's more places to go. The Tamagotchi Smart felt very COVID safe. Like, it felt like there weren't many restaurants, there was just the delivery app. And a lot of the time when you were getting items, you weren't going out to the shops to get them, you were getting them from the delivery app, which is cute, but it was kind of like, look, I lived the COVID. I don't want that in my Tamagotchi toys. So it is nice that we have more places to go in the Tamagotchi Uni. There's more to do than the Tamagotchi Smart. But in terms of the content, like, not being like a little physical thing that I can just insert into my toy and then it sort of installs from that thing. I don't have to connect to any server or service. I don't know, it's something that I just like. So that was the LoveMelo concert. So now I'm going to install the TamaMori fashion show, but that does require me to re-download it. But because the downloading does take some time, I'll have to, through the power of editing, fast forward through time. So, nope, I didn't select to download it, I just went to go to the download area because I was distracted by my own narration skills, I suppose. So to pick the download area, as I mentioned at the start of the video, you go to the internet or connection functionality, you go to download, you go to DL area, and then you select the one you want, Very Berryland being the free DLC that I mentioned earlier, and the one that I kind of did a bit of a tutorial on what a Tama ticket is video, so check that out if you want to know what that one is. But we'll check out the TamaMori fashion show. So we go to switch that. Items that are unique to the LoveMelo concert are going to be deleted, which is the same as the Tamagotchi Smart. Since there's only space for one per device, you can only have the one downloaded. You kind of have to delete anything that's from the other one, if that makes sense. So yeah, through the power of editing, I'm going to stop this video while this downloads, and then I'll continue it once it's done, and we'll have a look at the TamaMori fashion show Tamaverse ticket. And through the power of editing, I'm back, just as the download is almost done. So it hasn't really taken that long. It's taken maybe about 10 or so minutes. Of course, that is that the speed of them downloading is completely dependent on your own internet connection, and it's apparently still downloading, but I guess it might be installing now. But yeah, so it takes about 10 minutes to download the Tamaverse ticket, so of course I wasn't going to have you just sit with me while I talk for 10 minutes straight while this downloads. Of course, sometimes the updates do take about half an hour, so again, it's completely dependent on your own internet connection. And there we go, it's downloaded, and we get a little peanut-shaped bubble, I guess, delivering the content of the fashion show Tamaverse ticket. So, same story, we can either go to DL area or go from the Tamaverse itself, and we go to the Tama portal area, which is the train. There we go. So you can also input the code from here and change the area and check out the area info to see what each ticket has. So of course, if you wanted to just go straight in, going directly to the DL area from the Tamaverse option in the menu is the quickest way, but you can also get there from here as well. So again, we get the same amount of content. We get the 4 meals, 4 snacks, 4 toys, 8 accessories, 2 living areas, 4 pieces of furniture, and 1 minigame. And also we get the characters that are on the pack itself, which is pretty cool, including shoes. And there's also the animation, so similar to how the LoveMelo concert had a concert as the animation that you get from the TamaMori fashion show is of course the fashion show. I actually love this character's design. I can't remember which Tamagotchi he debuted on. I feel like it was around the IDL area, like that sort of era of the Tamagotchi. Same with Spacerchi. Forgot his name though, but I really do like his design. So sort of that, I call it the poodle era of the Tamagotchis, where every character kind of looked a bit like a poodle. That was just kind of the, I don't know, the way that the characters looked. Same with, we have Lovelichi sort of also being a poodle. I don't know why we had a bunch of characters that just looked that way. And then of course we have the 1 minigame from the arcade, which of course I'm going to be terrible at. What's this going to be? It's a change game. Oh, we're just shooting clothes at the little things. Okay, as one does. Oh, and you have to dodge Spacerchi. I'm so terrible. I shot directly into Spacerchi. See, I'm fairly certain these characters, except for the new ones like the shoes, were from the ID and IDL era of the Tamagotchi games. The Tamagotchi releases, there we are. Oh. Yeah, I'm very bad at games. I know these games are for children, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be good at them. Sometimes I say, oh, it's just because I'm talking at the same time, but no, I'm just really bad at games. That's why, and whenever I do a Tamagotchi Nano review, you probably always notice that I have the whatever character I get from doing the button mashing game, because that's all I can play, because it's the easiest, and I'm very lazy and also, as I mentioned, bad at games. Because then of course we have the shop where we can buy our food and snacks and toys, etc. I thought that was misspelt for a second, but no, it's probably a reference to Spacey curry. That's kind of cute. I was about to say, hang on, is that a typo of spicy? But no, I get it. I get what it's meant to say. It's a joke. Boots glass tea. That's funny. Sunglasses chocolate. Okay, that's kind of cute. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm just like, One Piece brained, but that is Helmeppo's hair right there. Maybe it's just because I'm One Piece brained. So pretty cute. Torso. Things that, like, without context would be absolutely horrifying. You can just buy a torso for $300, as you do. That's cute. Actually, I think I'll get the bubble bath, because that is very cute. And you got the living rooms as well. Something I have noticed that is different from the Tamagotchi Smart, sorry, minor brain blip there, is the fact that in the Tamagotchi Smart cards, the content that you can buy from the smart cards is all free, whereas the stuff that you buy from the Tamaverse portal areas, while they cost less than they would if they were like the built-in stuff, they aren't free. They're like 300 gotcha points instead of what might be 1,000 for a living area, for example. So that isn't kind of an interesting thing, that with the Tamagotchi Smart content, they decide that everything from that card should be free, but they want you to spend more gotcha points in this one, which, you know, it's not real currency anyway. So let's put down that bubble bath. But I guess it kind of makes sense, because I found that the Tamagotchi Uni, it's a lot easier to get gotcha points in compared to the Tamagotchi Smart. Actually, I think I wanted to do on the other side, I think. No, I'm terrible. How do I... I forgot how to choose that side. Is it... Oh, I get it. Okay, there we are. I've now remembered how I can do things. You know, I think it's the safest thing in the world for one to have your electronics right next to a bubble bath. I feel like that is absolutely the aesthetic that I'm going for. I call it danger chic. But anyway, so that's the stuff that you get from both of the current Tamaverse tickets. So there are a few more coming out, so I'll do videos on them, partially because it's fun to show, and secondly to sort of, I guess, legacy proof it for when maybe this stuff isn't as accessible. At least there's some recordings of it happening. But a lot of this, and I know that the phrase is kind of overused, but it is in danger of being lost media, I guess, unless there's some way to I guess, fans will always be incredible, and making things like accessible once the official releases are no longer available. So fans, of course, will probably have some way of doing this, like the My Meets app, like all the For You and BDP content. But in any case, this is what we have for now, and again, it's pretty cool. Again, just to reiterate, I do recommend getting these directly from the Tamagotchi website, because it is cheaper. You don't have to pay for postage, and there's no real reason to go for these ones over just the code, unless you kind of want something in your collection, but otherwise there's no difference. But in any case, that's it for the LoveMelo concert and TamaMori fashion show. Let me know your thoughts and comments and questions in the comment section below. If there's anything that I didn't explain super well, let me know. Again, I have gone over the process on how to buy them from the Tamagotchi website in a previous video, so check that out if you haven't already. Like this video for, I don't know, I hope they have Ginjirochi on one of these. Hopefully in the future. Please, maybe an anniversary one, I don't know. Hopefully, before Bandai decides to discontinue this, as they will in the next, I don't know, year or so, judging by previous releases. But in any case, like this video for Ginjirochi as always. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!